Skinny Hardaway, SouthernTea, back with another EP. And today I'm here with an EP about, the unified welterweight champion of the world, Spence. The guy you see on the left. Spence is, as I stated, is a two-time. I said two-time. Spence is the unified. He got the WBA and he got the WBC belts at the 147-pound division. Spence is coming off a win over Sean Porter. Spence was the last guy to face Sean Porter before Terrence Crawford just did not this past weekend, but two weekends ago. Spence was scheduled to face Manny Pacquiao the same day that Manny Pacquiao faced off against Yordenis Ugas. Manny Pacquiao was defeated by Yordenis Ugas in a fight in which was supposed to be Spence, but Spence had went to a pre-fight checkup for the Manny Pacquiao fight. In the pre-fight checkup, was discovered that he had a detached retina. Originally, the news came out that it was a torn retina, but later on, it came out that it was a completely detached retina. So Spence had to take some time off, which saw Spence to be taken from the Manny Pacquiao fight, and Yordenis Ugas stepped in his replacement. Yordenis Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao, and the rest is history. Which brought up a lot of questions. My guy Leonard Thomas, just came here and he said, I expect a fight announcement from PBC Spence this month. This is what we're here for. Let me bring my camera up. This is what this SouthernTea EP right here is here for. The affiliate links. I know it's a lot of confusion about what's really going on and all that good stuff. I know a lot of people think, Spence. A lot of people first, when this news first hit, a lot of people thought Spence was done. A lot of people thought Spence might not come back until the end of next year. You know what I mean? Some people think Spence will never be the same and all that stuff. But I've been keeping up with this story, for a minute. I've been hearing that he's been taxed for a minute. I've been hearing, rumblings for a minute, but I'm telling you, like from a valid source, somebody, directly, from Dallas, directly, from Spence camp, from the source type deal that is not, it's not nothing to worry about. Spence already been cleared, to train and work out. He hasn't been cleared to spar yet, but he's been cleared to train and, work out, and he'll be cleared to fight in February. They already announced, both of his mandatories, his IBF mandatory and his WBC mandatory. His WBC mandatory is Virgil Ortiz. And facts, Lanier, his WBC mandatory is Virgil Ortiz, and his IBF mandatory is the Russian guy. Can't think of his name right now. Russian, it's the Russian. I can't think of his name. I think he's Russian or something like that. But his IBF mandatory and his WBC mandatory already been picked. They've been head picked. So really, everybody's just waiting on Spence to make his return. Spence, appreciate that, fam. Spence will be cleared to fight again in February. He already been cleared. He already been cleared to train. He'll be cleared to fight again in February. So he'll probably be actually stepping. As I stated already, he'll probably be actually getting back. He'll probably be actually getting back in the ring around, April, May, June, something like that. April, May, June. But all the talks about him being out for a year and all that good stuff and him never coming back and all that good stuff, not true at all. Not true at all. But he did have a detached retina, not a torn retina. Don't listen to that shit you hear. He did have a detached retina, not a torn retina. He'll be cleared to fight in February. Really, when February comes, then we'll know exactly when his fight will be exactly. But he'll be cleared to actually, actually when I say fight, I mean, spar and fight. He'll be cleared for physical contact in February. That's what I mean, by cleared to fight in February. Not he'll have a fight in February. He'll be cleared for physical contact in February. You know what I mean? So it's not as bad, as you think, but he not gonna be gone as long as you think. But it is it is a serious injury type deal. You know what I mean? But he'll be cleared again for contact in February. He already been cleared, physically work out and train. He was cleared for that like a month or so ago. Like a month or so ago, he was cleared to train and all that stuff. Uh, his WBC is Virgil Ortiz, and I'm about to look up his IBF mandatory right now so I can get these names correct. But it's going to be more likely it's going to be one of those guys. Now, if you asking Earl Spence and his team, Earl Spence camp, the Earl Spence team account, as they said on record, they want to fight Ugas or they want to fight Bud Crawford. The Earl Spence camp wants to go directly, for a belt. They don't want to take, a tune-up. They don't want to take a mandatory or nothing like that because the tune-up in this essence for Earl Spence will be, one of his mandatories. Yeah, that's his name right there, Macadocia Mac of the South. He got the, Abdul Karu, Spence, mandatory. Lanier, you throwing me out, bro. You throwing me out, bro. But yeah, Aku Dahu. And again, y'all, he has not been cleared to fight. Bro has not been cleared to fight yet. You know what I mean? He has not been cleared to fight. He'll be cleared to fight in February. You know what I mean? So don't listen to the hype. He's been cleared to train. He hasn't been cleared for physical contact yet. That clearance will be coming in February. He'll be fighting around, April, May, June. What's that man name? Abdul Karahuva. Yeah, that dude. I can't say it. I can't say his name. I can't say his name though. But Earl Spence and the Earl Spence camp, they looking more so for, a title fight. They don't really want to be bothered with the mandatories or nothing like that. But more than likely, y'all, Earl Spence is probably gonna end up fighting one of those mandatories. And I'm hoping out of the two mandatories, it's it's Virgil Ortiz. The other guy I'm not really too big on. The other guy don't really know him that much. Virgil Ortiz and Earl Spence will be a hell of a fight for a mandatory. And if everybody been telling me, for a minute, Virgil Ortiz is next up. Virgil Ortiz, ain't nothing to be played with, which I agree with. I do think he next up. And I even got some people telling me that he beats Earl Spence. So, if he beats Earl Spence, then shit, let's see him against Earl Spence and let's make it happen. That'll be a hell of a mandatory. We just saw Teofimo Lopez lose, facing his mandatories. People like to, get on Gary Russell about only fighting his mandatories, but what people don't know about those mandatories are mandatories, and people, if they don't know, they should know. Mandatories are people either ranked number 1, number 2, or number 3, which means which means it's one of the best people in your division. You know what I mean? So people say mandatory this and mandatory that, when really your voluntary is where people, cherry pick and take easy routes and shit like that. But those mandatories, 9 times out of 10, are the tough fights, which is why guys like, Canelo Alvarez seem to always move around, when he gets a mandatory. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So this would be, either mandatory Virgil Ortiz or, the Russian guy, I think, it'll be pretty good mandatories. If I got to choose one or the other, I would take Virgil Ortiz. That's a big fight. You could put that fight in Texas. I think that fight would do, damn good type deal. If I could make it myself, I would, let Earl, his team, Derrick James did an interview earlier. Derrick James did an interview like 2 days ago where he stated that, he's with Earl. He said he's the Earl trainer, whatever Earl want to do, he's with it. He said Earl want a title shot. He want to unify. So that's what I want to do too. So Earl Spence and Earl Spence and Derrick James want, a title shot. But, the advisors, PBC, Showtime, them type deal, Fox, they want Earl Spence, to take, a tune-up fight before he jump in there in a title shot, because they don't want, Earl Spence to jump into a matchup too early. But Earl Spence stated, as y'all might know, y'all probably heard, Earl Spence stated tune-ups are for guys who are unsure about themselves. So Earl Spence and his team are looking to jump directly into a title match. But with these two mandatories being called, y'all, with these two mandatories being called and with them being called so abruptly out of nowhere, it kind of seemed like that Errol Spence is probably going to have to fight one of these Mandos, or he's going to have to take a fight in between Ugas or a Turnsburg Crawford fight. You know what I mean? I also think it's all how all these mandatories are starting to be called. Like the closer we get to undisputed in the heavyweight division, in the 147-pound division, like now all of a sudden everybody wants a mandatory everywhere. I just think that's crazy. But the basis of this video, was basically just to tell y'all, that Errol Spence had already been cleared, to start working out again. He got cleared to start working out again in like October. And he'll be cleared for, to fight again in like February. Now I know the rumor that came out was, Errol Spence already been cleared to fight. And that's not true. He has yet to be cleared to fight, just yet. He's been cleared, to begin, physical workout. At first he's supposed to be doing shit. He's supposed to be sitting down chilling. You know what I mean? But he got cleared, and again, it was a detached retina. It wasn't a torn retina. It was a detached retina. It wasn't a torn retina. And Errol Spence is on the accelerated program with this injury. You know what I mean? This is a serious injury that he got. But Errol Spence is on the accelerated program. From the time that the injury got detected, to next time you fight, it'll be a span anywhere in between for like 6 months. It'll be about a 6-month span in between to where it got detected and from when he'll fight again. You know what I mean? Six or 6 months or longer. You know what I mean? Because when did Manny Pacquiao and Ugas fight and shit? What was that like? Shit, July, August, or was that September? Might have been like July or something. You know what I mean? So by the next time Errol Spence fight, it'll be at least like 6 to 8 months in August, right? So August, yeah. In August, he said you took my wrench, saying nothing. I got you saying nothing. I don't think I took it though. I got you saying nothing. I don't think I took it. Yeah, so it'll be about 6 to 8 months. So he didn't had enough time to recover. That injury can take you out the game. It normally takes about a year or so. So Earl probably go have another fight in about 8 months, 6 to 8 months, 10 months, something like that. So he on the accelerated program. But dude will be back though. He will be back. Don't listen to the hype. Don't listen to the hype when it comes to this situation. He been cleared. He been cleared to work out. He'll be cleared to fight in February. He'll be in the ring like you know April, May, June. Somewhere up in that time frame. And hopefully it's for hopefully it's with your Danish Ugas and they do it with their tournament, or hopefully it's with Virgil Ortiz. And if he end up in there with his IBF mandatory, that's cool too. And if we really lucky, really get our way, it'll be Bud Crawford. But that's all I got for this video. I'm finna say what's up to my people that slid through this junk. Shout out my guy Anwan Willis. Shout out my guy Terry Cunning. Shout out my guy Macadocious Mac of the South. Shout out my guy AB. Shout out my guy Ratchet since '91. Shout out my guy Cawanello, the best name on YouTube. Appreciate you sliding through this junk. Think I said shout out my guy AB. Shout out to that one hating ass dude. Shout out to my guy, that's me. Appreciate all y'all good folks coming through. Make sure y'all check out, my last SouthernTea, Bob L versus Bud Crawford. And make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all that good shit. Make sure y'all tell a friend, tell a friend. Appreciate y'all sliding through this junk skin the hard way SouthernTea. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love. I will be doing the SouthernTea live a little later. Not really sure what time though, but y'all know I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna cook a little later. Appreciate y'all sliding through this.